After, why don't we go ahead and get started? Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Chair Yoga. So glad to have you back. I hope that you're ready for a nice, fun weekend. I sure am. Before we get there, let's do some chair yoga. Okay, so go ahead and uncross your legs, slide to the back of your chair, have your feet flat on the floor, and we'll just spend a couple of moments going inward, just to start to turn off the week and tune into whatever's going on in here right now. Okay. So you can relax into the back of your chair if you'd like. And if it feels good for you, allow your eyes to close. So allowing the eyes to close, become aware of your breath. And we'll start by practicing expansive breathing or expanded breathing. I change it sometimes. And so what you do here is still breathing slowly and calmly. With your inhale, I'd like you to fill your lungs just below capacity. So you're not straining, you're not really stretching, but you're filling the lungs as much as you can comfortably. And then exhale slowly, calmly, and take the breath to the almost complete point. So you're not straining, you're not pushing breath out, but you're going right to that point where it feels comfortable to stop. And then just continue that. Inhale fully and exhale completely, not straining, and allowing that exchange of breath to be slow and steady. And so it's fun. This breath actually helps to calm and regulate the mind. If you find it kind of spinning and chaotic, this will help with that. But it also helps you to re energize. So if you're feeling sluggish or down, this full deep breath can actually help to wake you up a bit and give you some energy. So it's calming for the mind and stimulating for the body and energetic levels. So with that, let's take a few more of these expansive breaths. Good. One more breath in and out. And then taking a deep breath, this time allowing yourself to come back to the space, eyes opening. Great. All right. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and slide to the edge of our seats, sitting tall. And you're going to have your knees about hip width apart, heels stacking underneath your knees. Nice, stable seat. Okay. Good. So you're going to start with your palms together at your heart here. Nice, lovely devotional pose, but it's actually just the starting point for a movement. And so with the palms here, with your inhale, you're going to extend your arms forward and then take the arms wide and turn the palms toward the ceiling. This helps to open the chest. Then exhale, reach forward, bring the palms together and bring them back to the chest. Good. Inhale, extend the arms forward. Take them wide, turn the palms toward the sky, and exhale, reach forward, palms together, and bring it back in. Let's keep doing that, all right? Inhale, extend forward, reach, then reach forward and back. Just creating some extension in the arms and shoulders here. A little bit of reversal of the upper spine, the thoracic curve, your upper back. It's also stimulating to the nervous system. So this helps to wake you up a bit. Inhale, big breath, open up. Exhale, bringing it back. We're going to do a few more times. Good. So for this last time, take the arms forward and wide and stay in the open position. So again, turning the palms toward the ceiling, feeling the chest open. We'll take about 3 or 4 of these big breaths, the expansive breathing. Filling the lungs, inhale, and slow, complete exhale. Now take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, reach the arms forward and bring the palms back to the chest and feel sensation. Excuse me. So go ahead and release your arms down for a moment. Good. And just notice sensation from that, maybe some stretching in the chest or the shoulders, upper back. And we're going to continue to kind of build on that sensation. So we'll ask you to interlace your fingers in front of you, turn the palms away from you, extend the arms forward, and reach the arms straight up. And as you do so, you're reaching up through the palms. Now, sometimes when we do this exercise, people tend to start to back bend in their lower back. I want you to try to avoid that. So keep reaching upwards, not backwards. Good. Feeling some extension on the sides of the body. Again, this is also helping to stimulate your nervous system, so waking you up a bit. We're taking those big, expansive breaths. So filling the lungs, inhale, complete exhale. Good. Reach up, inhale. And then slowly lower your arms back down to your sides and feel sensation. Good. Waking ourselves up a bit. So a stretch for the top of the shoulder here and kind of it's a tractioning, if you will, of the arm. I'm going to have you slide just a little bit further back in your chair, not all the way back, but about halfway back, just so that you can bring your left hand down and hold onto your chair cushion or the side of the chair, but make some sort of grip or connection here if you can. You're going to sit up as tall as you can. So it's the left hand that's hanging onto the chair. You're just going to lean the upper body to the right and only go as far as it feels like a good stretch for you. If it feels like it's tearing something, don't go that far. Just a little bit of a lean, holding onto the side of the chair and just leaning the opposite direction. And you can let your right ear fall to your right shoulder if you'd like. Take some breaths. Good. And then carefully come back up to a tall seat. Notice sensation, especially on that left side. You didn't have to really lean that far to feel something. So just noticing what that is for you today. And then we will practice that on the other side. So bring your right hand down, holding on to the chair cushion or the chair seat next to you, just something you can hold on to and have a grip for. And then sitting tall to start, and then slowly lean to the left. Only going as far as you start to feel the stretch. Don't push it. Then you might drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Just a soft tractioning of the shoulder, the arm, and a stretch on the right side of the neck and shoulder. Big breaths. Good. One more breath here. And then go ahead and come back up to a tall seat. Release the right arm and feel sensation. Good. It might feel like the neck is longer now. All right, so you can keep facing forward. I'm going to turn sideways for this one. You're going to still have your knees hip width apart, heels stacking underneath, and your hands can just rest on your thighs. And with your inhale, you're going to roll your shoulders up towards your ears, take the shoulder blades together, and then turn the chest to look up. We're going to stay here. Now, if it feels unstable for the neck, you can shrug your shoulders back up a little bit to create a cradle for the neck and head. And let's take some big breaths here, feeling the chest open. And just noting that this is a back bend for your upper back, not your lower back. Your lower back stays pretty steady. It almost feels like the chest is lifting toward the ceiling. Noticing the stretch in the front of the throat and neck. Good. One more breath. And then shrug your shoulders up to bring the spine to neutral. Feel sensation from that one. And then we're going to flex the spine in the opposite direction. So this is not a forward fold. We're not crouching down here. The lower spine stays still. Instead, you're going to shrug your shoulders forward, feel the shoulder blades widen. You can even bring your hands in front of you if you want to. And then turn the head to look down, tucking your chin toward your throat, and then creating a bit more rounding of the upper back. Good. Now take some deep breaths here, feeling the shoulder blades separate. Nice stretch for the backs of the shoulders. Really letting the chin drop towards your throat. If you let the head hang heavy enough, you might feel a stretch toward the top of the neck. One more breath. And then with an inhale, sitting up tall, bring the head back up. Oh, and notice sensation. So we've spent time flexing the spine in both directions. If you've been to other classes, we usually do that quicker. You do inhale, exhale. You're welcome to do that. There is a different quality we bring to the practice when we hold it still and take those deep breaths. It's as if the breath is doing that stretching for us instead of us flexing in and out of it all the time. Just a different quality. Both of them are great. Practice whichever one you would like to do. And so we're going to come into a twist next. So still sitting toward the edge of your seat, knees and feet are in the same position. You're going to take your right hand across to hold on to the outside of your left thigh. Your right hand or your left hand is going to come onto the chair next to you. Or if you have the rotation in your spine, you can bring the hand onto the chair back behind you. So either of those connections, I'm going to ask you to sit up tall. And then exhale, roll the left shoulder back and look behind you. Twist, 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 and stay. Good. Now, just because we are holding the pose doesn't mean we're not doing any work here. And we're going to recruit that breath to help us. So still working with that big breath, take a deep breath and feel your spine grow, your head lifting toward the ceiling. And then with your slow exhale, feel the navel pull into the body and twist with you to the left. You might be able to get more rotation in your spine. And just let that be a part of your every breath practice. Sitting up taller, inhale as you inflate, and having the intention of twisting deeper as the lungs deflate. It's allowing the breath to assist us in this pose. Staying for just a couple more of these big breaths. Now with an inhale, carefully unwind. Good. So noticing sensation from that first side, it still might feel like you're leaning to the left a little bit. That's okay. We're going to balance that out. But maybe just noticing how, if you use the breath, it actually helps you to go deeper into some of these postures. So let's see what that feels like on the other side. So please take your left hand across to the outside of your right thigh. Your right hand comes onto the chair next to you. Or again, if you have the rotation in your spine, you can bring the right hand onto the chair back behind you. Now from here, sit up tall, take a deep breath in. Then exhale, roll the right shoulder back and look behind you. Twist, twist, twist. Now again, just because we're holding a pose doesn't mean we're not doing anything here. So with your big breath, take a breath in, feel the spine grow. And with the exhale, feel the navel pull into the body and twist with you to the right. And just continue that practice. Lifting higher on inhale and twisting deeper on exhale. Staying for just another breath or two. And with your next inhale, carefully unwind. Good. Feeling it. Feeling the whole spine twisting from that tailbone all the way up to the center of the brain, helping to wake you up a little bit here. Okay. So the next thing I'll have you do is, still sitting on the edge of your seat because you're in so much suspense, you're going to take your feet a little bit wider apart. And so for this, the knees are just a hair wider than your shoulders, heels stacking underneath the knees and the toes pointing out to the sides about 45 degrees. A great check to make sure if you're in the right position is just to lean from side to side. And if you don't feel like you're going to fall over, you're in the right place. If you do feel unstable, you can shorten or widen your stance to make sure that you can do that leaning situation and feel stable. Creating a tripod with the body, okay? So with the hands on top of the thighs or knees, you're gonna take a deep breath in, feel the chest lift, and then exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward as far as you can comfortably. Just feeling some length in the back of your body. You can let your chin drop in toward your throat here, the back of the neck, lengthening or stretching, the head hanging heavy. Perfect. All right. With your next inhale, press the hands into the knees or thighs and sit back up. Good. So we're going to do more of a dynamic movement next, meaning it's just going to continue to flow. And there's really no wrong way to do it, but I'll still demonstrate to give you an idea of what to shoot for. So while staying hydrated is a good idea. So I call these spine swings. My hands are going to be in the same position as they just were. And this is going to allow the elbows to bend easily because that's kind of what's going to help stabilize us in this exercise. So I'm going to fold. Maybe I guess I can go a bit further than this, but I'm going to lift up just a hair higher than my furthest point and just begin to swing the spine from side to side. Swinging out over one knee and then the other, and just moving from side to side. And you can allow the elbows and the shoulders to be loose here. You can allow the head to swing around if that doesn't work for you, if that just makes you feel woozy, just keep the head steady and just keep going from side to side. Okay. Again, there's no wrong way to do this. You can do it slowly. You can move quickly. Feel it out. All right. So if you're not already doing it, hands on the thighs or knees, go ahead and fold forward and just start with small swinging from side to side. And then as you feel inspired, you can make it a bit more dramatic. Swinging out over one knee, then the other. I like to have my eyes closed for this one, but you might like to have your eyes open. Just do what feels good. Now it is important that you breathe here. So if you notice a shallow breath forming, deepen your breath. Swinging around from side to side, just loosening up those muscles surrounding the spine, especially your lower back. If you're letting the shoulders move around loosely, there's this gentle massaging of tension out of the shoulders as you do that. Play around with it. Feel it swing, swing, swing. Going for just a little bit longer. Again, remember your breath here. 3, 2, and 1. Just fold forward and center if you can. If you need to sit up, that's okay. But if you can, fold forward and just first notice you might actually be folding further forward than you were before. Release the head and breathe. Just allowing the weight of the head to pull tension out of the neck. Good. Now when you're ready, carefully sit back up. Do that with an inhale. Just feel sensation for a moment once you're back to a seat. There might be a lot available to be aware of here for you. Maybe in the hips, maybe in the lower back, the shoulders, the upper back, the neck, the head, somewhere else entirely. Maybe the arms are tired or sore from that. Good. Now, when you're ready, go ahead and bring the feet back into the narrow stance. So knees hip width apart, heels stacking underneath. And we're going to come back into that open spinal flex. So hands on the thighs. Go ahead and roll the shoulder blades together. Open the chest toward the ceiling. And just helping to counterpose that forward folding that we just did. Deep breaths. And then with an inhale, sit back up. With an exhale, fold over your thighs. Good. All right. With your next inhale, sit back up. Good. Wonderful job. So let's spend the last few minutes we have together in a meditation. So take your time, but go ahead and slide to the back of your chair again. You have the option of sitting up straight if you'd like to, or you can also just relax. Whatever works for you. Feet are flat on the floor. You can let the eyes close and take a deep breath in and out. And as you have the eyes closed here, allowing your awareness to rest in your body. Having done all this movement, there's probably a lot of awareness to be had. So just notice what that is. What's available for you here in your body. And this is actually one of the benefits of any movement, technically, but of chair yoga in this case, is that in addition to stretching and letting go of tension and building energy or calming energy, we are bringing the mind into the body. We're coming out of whatever spinning or worry or anxiety that we may have been occupied with, and we are now present with sensation. It helps to stop the rumination, stop that cyclical thinking, because we're resting in the body. And before we come out, I'd like you to practice several more rounds of the expansive breath. So again, keeping the breath slow and steady, take a breath in and feel the lungs fill to the almost capacity point. So you're not straining, but the lungs are full. Then exhale slowly to the point where the breath feels really complete without straining. And just continue to work between those 2 points, filling the lungs, inhale, and allowing your exhales to be relatively complete. And you may notice as you do this expansive breath many things, but one thing you might notice is that if you're able to keep the breath full and move between these 2 points, again, your mind is grounded in your body. Full breath in, complete breath out, just a few more rounds. Feeling your body full, expansive, vibrant, energetic, awake. And as you complete this next round, you can release the technique after this exhale. And then taking a deeper, fuller breath, bring your palms together, rub them together, and take those warm palms over your eyes. Brushing back over the top of the head, down the neck, slowly bringing yourself back to the space. Good. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this class. And yeah, have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Take care.